Welcome back to my Trading Until I Become Profitable. So this is episode 11, I believe. Another profitable day for me. So I only took one trade today, and that was right in the AM session. If I didn't have that loss that I keep talking about over here, I would have passed my funded account already. So unfortunately, I am still on 2285. So 2285. My execution today took right at the low, closed almost the high of the day. So that was pretty much the perfect trade. I even saw this move coming. I'll show you after, but this was so expected. It was like textbook, but I just didn't trade it because I already had a good amount win for the day. Like 800 for me is great. I don't want to keep stretching further, and that was a 3R plus. So my current stats from here: 52% win rate, 2.86 profit factor, average win 339, average loss 128. So that's really good, honestly. Closest I've been to ever passing a prop firm now, which is 2-2, and I still have great risk management. So let's see how tomorrow is. It's non-NFP, but yeah. So this is my plan today. So if I go view, so my rules are 3 trades per day, 500 max loss limit, use one strategy, risk, and use risk management. So today there was no news. In the morning, this is what I saw. Price was already trading into the new week opening gap. So this is a new week opening gap that I've marked out, and this is very high probability that we're not going to go straight through it in one go when we dropped all the way from the high. Touching this usually indicates to me that we are going for an internal sweep high. So that's what I wrote. Prices at a previous week new week opening gap, we could potentially see a short-term high being taken out from here. So that's what I was focused on. On the 4-hour, I see weakness, like the morning session we just completely fell. So sorry, morning session, price opened here, another drop, massive drop low again in the Asia session, and this was pre-market, so we had a nice move higher pre-market, and then this was me trading into what I was anticipating a reversal. So at this moment I see price trading low on the 4-hour and tap the new week opening gap. Therefore there is a probability of short-term retracement. This could occur at the New York Open. This is very common, especially when you have very large gaps. Like today's gap was absolutely massive, 500 points, 741, like 400 points, and when it's that large, it's hard for price to trade all the way to consequent encroachment, but it does typically trade to the first quarter, which is a good target if you trade like that. That's what I wrote here. So again, I'm watching these relatively equal highs as my first target because they left it very clean. Like if I show you here, look how clean this is. This is very suspect to being rated. This is 1, 2. They left 2 short-term highs before the opening. So of course if we sweep like a very internal low, which we did, well, I'll get to that soon. So how am I feeling? I was feeling good. Okay, I've had some great trades recently, and I want to stick to my process. So I'm using the model 2022. So I always track what the overnight session did. So what did overnight do? Expand lower. What is something important for today? We've already dropped in the overnight session. So why would we continue dropping in New York AM? Obviously, we want to take out people who are following their stop loss. So trailing stops is what we typically take out in the New York Open. So there's two ideas. If it keeps dumping lower, wait for the low of new week opening gap. This is where I could get a potential setup to trade back higher. So my first trade, if I just saw price just go straight to the low, like from here, then I would assume like we're gonna come back up to here and potentially up to the relative equal highs. If a trade instantly trades higher, look for momentum, first presented gap and where it forms, and then after 10 a.m. silver bullet if I don't find anything in that. So in the morning, I'm still anticipating lower price action first. I'm not too excited about shorts right now in the New York AM session. We've gapped down so much. Here are the levels I'm watching. So it's buy side, midnight open, new week opening gap plus Asia consequent encroachment. Asia consequent encroachment. Damn, we're really dropping now. We are definitely going for these lows now. I was gonna take, I could have literally entered right here. Like I called it from here basically. I'll show you. So already took my trade. This was clean. So my heart was racing a bit. Like when I took this trade, it was like this. I actually entered as soon as this closed higher because I'll show you. Okay, so this is your order block from London. Okay, price, the 1 minute chart. As soon as it opens, it consolidates a bit, like 1, 2, 3. Tries to attempt higher, it fails, and then immediately starts going lower. And what do we trade to? The order block, 1 minute order block low. So this is like the last level you want to watch if you want to have a massive retracement move, and these come quite often. So you can see that I don't trade instantly. I wait for, I waited for that. I would have entered here, but I waited for price to close above this. So as soon as I saw that second trade go lower, this, and then this one 940 straight back higher. So I saw how powerful that was, basically entered right there with my stop loss around here, and then my target was I feel like I had 2 entries, 724, 815. I had like a stop loss around here. The reason was I didn't want this fair value gap here disrespected, and we had the first presented fair value gap as another indication that when you trade above it, inverse it, very high probability that we go for the highs. And then I was actually looking through here pre-market, and I was looking for targets, so this was one of them. And then this was my second target here, which I could have held to. I don't know if price actually hit it. It did. Literally exactly where I wanted it to. 887. Did I write it down? Did I write it down? 875. 875, yeah, a bit lower, but that's literally where I wanted price to hit. So 875 was this gap here, and that was perfect. Like literally, if I held to there, would have been even better trade. But I closed a bit earlier as it was moving quite quickly, and I didn't want it to trade back on me. So the way I figured that was the top was this isn't where, like if you look at the 1 hour, sorry, I'll show you here. So look at this candle, then this, look at this 1 hour candle, this gap here, and the time was about 10:30. I didn't think that we'd have a gap here, because if we have a gap here, that means we're going to go higher. I wanted this to be filled, like this whole gap. I believe we fill this entire 1 hour move, like this candle gap. And then look what happened, straight lower. This is where I could have entered. I'm anticipating price to trade lower from here now. This is just me tip reading, and that's exactly what it did. So this is my review of the day, end of day. And then, was my bias correct? Yes. Wanted buy side taken out, that's what happened. Important levels hit, yes. Plan came, yes. And then psychology. So I always do a psychology review. How do I feel going into today? So I felt good, don't have any problems. So yeah, I could trade with a peace of mind. How do I feel at the end of the trading day? I felt good. I took one trade, yielded results. I saw price retrace from specific levels, and I waited. Like I've seen price do this before, where we trade right to the order block, don't take out the low, then have a retracement so we can take it out later. I've seen it before, and New York opening is the perfect time to do it. I took the trade based on what I saw. So how is this model 2022? Well, I could have entered here as model 2022. Basically, I just got in earlier, and it still worked out really well. Yes, I stuck to my trade plan, and I only put 250 risk. Mistakes today. I need to remember the amount of contracts. I put 5 contracts here. So at the start, like I was trying to put my stop loss like down here, and I didn't realize that was like 62 points, so I had to quickly move it up to like here. So remember your contract size. Don't go too heavy. Took one trade. What I did well, took one trade, went higher towards my targets. Tomorrow, I want to repeat this process as I did today. Great plan, good execution. It's all in my stats. Just looking at my curve, like going slowly up. And yeah, that is perfect. Like I could have passed it by now if I didn't have this gambling day in my first week of trading that I had this funded. But strong start to the week. I'm trying to slow it down maybe for the rest of the week, because we do have how's price doing? So we close over this. If we trade to here by overnight, I don't really want to be on the move, as not sure if we go straight through it or bounce a little. So this will be a bit difficult to trade. And yeah, we have a lot of, I don't think it's just going to be a one-way price action move. If it is, then that's great, but not sure. We may get like a slight retracement maybe, but not sure. Let's see what price tomorrow brings us, and then mark the highs again. So yeah, like and subscribe if you want to follow my journey. So close to funded, and then I'll maybe hold for a bit. Like I'll still try to get another funded. I don't know if I'll trade my funded instantly, because that's typically how most people blow it. They get greedy, instantly start trading on their funded, putting on huge risk just to get that payout. But I want to hold this funded account and try build another funded account as a spare, and then wait for good high probability days like today. Then I can take more trades. So yeah, thank you for watching. Enjoy the day.